What's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you about the number one sales job that you have to do each and every day. And it's the hardest sales job, and most people just can't do it. What's up, guys? Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video if it resonates with you, and comment below. So today I wanted to talk to you about the first person that you have to sell each and every single day. I mean, when your feet hit the floor, when you get up off of your bed and your feet hit the floor, the number one sales job that you have to do each and every day is on you, on yourself. You gotta sell yourself, man, each and every day. You know, when it comes to your business and operating your business, you've been trained. You know, you've been to multiple classes. You've probably gotten your licenses. You care about your customers. You take a lot of risk being in business. You carry the necessary insurance to help, ease your mind that the risk that you're taking is going to be taken care of if for some unforeseen circumstance happens. You always have your customer's interest best in mind. I mean, we'll put our customer's interest far above our own personal interest, right? Like we do it all the time. I mean, nod your head if I'm talking to you, because I believe that a lot of people who go into the HVAC industry or have been in the HVAC industry for a while, I mean, we really care about our customers, and we will do more for them than we'll do for ourselves. So, that's why I'm talking to you, is because you deserve compensation. You know, you get paid not for just what you do, you get paid for what you know. I know you've all heard this before, but really listen to me here. You get paid for what you know. You get paid for your experience, not what you do. Period. I'll repeat that again. You get paid for your experience and what you know, not what you do. Of course, the do part, changing that motor or changing that contactor or replacing the run capacitor, that of course you're getting paid something for that, but that's not the majority of where the money's coming from. The money is coming from, knowing, having the experience to know and the skills to diagnose things properly and to be able to find that problem. Otherwise, the customer could have just done it themselves. If it was so easy, why didn't they just do it themselves, right? But you deserve compensation. Your family deserves to be taken care of. Your employees deserve to be taken care of. Your retirement deserves to be funded. You're not doing this for fun. You deserve health insurance. What if something happens to you? I mean, a lot of really small businesses that are 1, 2, 3, 4 man shop, or if you only got four to 6 people, I mean, chances are if something happens to you, like you just lost half your workforce, basically. I mean, and all the hats that you're wearing, if something happens to you, you could be financially ruined just like that. So you got to be able to carry health insurance for yourself. You deserve to afford a vacation, to afford a vacation and to be able to take that vacation. If you've grown the business enough where it can be handled while you're gone, then you need to take a vacation. You deserve to basically design your life the way that you want it. And here's the great thing about all of this is you determine the price. Nobody else. You determine the price. So let's talk about our desire to give for nothing, because a lot of us have this, and I see it's like rampant in the Facebook page, right? Like the Facebook group right now. If you haven't joined, be sure to join HVAC Uncensored, and also join HVAC Service Ready, which is my page. And just get in there and join those groups. And I'm a part of numerous HVAC owners type Facebook pages, and I see a lot of people complaining and bitching and moaning about these people who are devaluing themselves out in our industry. So here's what I can tell you: when you devalue the work and the service and the products that you provide, you're devaluing the entire industry, of course, but you're also devaluing the most important person, which is yourself. And here's what's going to happen when you do that is you continue to attract the people who want to receive for nothing. Like if you're gonna just give for nothing and go work and do a whole system change out for $3,500, like if you're gonna go out and work for nothing, that's all you're gonna get is a bunch of people who want to receive for nothing. So another thing is that people actually target these companies. Like and when I first started out, I was no different. I was targeted by cheap individuals who want stuff for nothing. So you continue to attract the same type of people that you don't really want as customers. But there are people that genuinely will hire new companies because they understand that the owner places no value on themselves yet. Like they haven't learned the lesson. So you got to look at those type of people as teachers. They're there to teach you a lesson. So I'm not saying don't do work for them. I'm not saying, like most of us when we start out in our businesses, we wind up working for landlords, some slumlords, and some other people who just don't value our service, and they think everything we do is just priced too high. They're the same customers that call back 6 months later and they say it's doing the same thing. Yeah, Mrs. Smith. Well, it's been 6 months since I've been there. Yeah, but it's doing the same thing. Like they just always want something for nothing, and you continue as long as you devalue yourself. You're going to continue to attract those particular types of people. But they're teachers. They're trying to teach you a lesson. They're trying to teach you to understand that you've got to start placing more value on yourself and your skills and your ability and all the years of experience that you have. So this next thing I'm going to tell you here might ruffle a few feathers. You may not agree, but this is with 100%. This is truth. This is laws of the universe. Like it's no different than the law of gravity. So if you believe that it's always more honorable to give than to receive, you're breaking a universal law. There's a law called the law of equilibrium, or the law of conservation. Like there's a give and take. It's always a give and take. And because of that give and take, it's going to constantly equal itself out into fair exchange. But if you fight it and you fight against the current and you don't allow this fair exchange to happen, like you can control this. You can keep yourself stuck by not by devaluing yourself and your services and your company. But anytime you receive something for nothing yourself, or if you give something for nothing, that means if you're out there working your tail off, working late night hours, and you're fixing to as the temperature rises out there this summer, and at the end of the day, at the end of the month, there's not a bunch of money left over in net profit, then you're devaluing yourself and you're giving something for nothing. That's the reality. You're giving something for nothing. And you're impeding the growth of your self-worth when you do that. So what is the key to this? Like, how do we fix this? Well, the key is to be in fair exchange. And what is fair exchange? It's the perfect balance between self-interest and interest in others. There has to be a balance there. So what tends to happen, especially with new business owners, on a lot of different aspects, not just what you charge and the service that you deliver, but something that's just not, if you're just not happy in your business, there's got to be an imbalance somewhere. And what that creates is a few things, like symptoms. Think of them like symptoms, right? Like one of the symptoms of an imbalance in your business and your life is that it drags your mind out of the present moment, which means you're constantly focused on the future or the past. Like it could be that you sold a job for $3,500 and it should have sold for $5,500, but they kind of beat you up on the price and you accepted it and went ahead and sold the job for too cheap. So you're looking back and you're thinking, yeah, if they would have just, went with my first price, then we would have been fine on this job. But instead, we lost $1,000. Well, that was your choice. That was your decision. And you're not being present. You're not being present. You're thinking about the past, or you're thinking about the future, where the profit and loss, that your income statement is not adding up. And you're like, there's no money left over. So I'm worried about how my bills are going to be paid. How am I going to make payroll? Well, that's all in the future. So remember, this is all symptoms of being out of balance with the fair exchange that we're talking about. So another symptom is just you're minimizing your contribution is what you're doing. You're devaluing yourself and minimizing your contribution. Like, you're not getting paid for your end of the bargain. And you like exaggerate the customers. You're exaggerating the customer's contribution. Like, okay, well, 3,500, that's better than nothing, like and you exaggerate their contribution and you minimize yours, and that creates imbalance. So, and here's the true serious symptoms that starts to happen, and that is, number one, you have a loss of inspiration. Number two, you lose your motivation because you've been lessened and devalued as a person because you're out of fair exchange in your business. So then you have the pain, the frustration, the anger, the anxiety, the fear, the worry. All that stuff comes in as well. And you've got this overall sense of just feeling like you deserve more, right? Well, then there's the opposite end of an imbalance. So if you're doing really well, maybe, because this can happen to people who do really well, they start diminishing the worth of the people that they serve. So they don't think they're nearly as important as they used to be. And this happens to successful people. You get successful, and then you just don't care about the customer anymore. You don't care about your employees. And what this is going to create is an increased risk of being humbled in a negative way. Something's going to knock you sideways. It's inevitable because you're out of balance. You're putting yourself on a pedestal. I talked several years ago about putting employees in a pit or on a pedestal. Like, you don't want to do that because, it's the same thing with fair exchange with people. So, but when you're at an imbalance and you think that you're high and mighty, then you wind up depreciating all the things that are around you. Because remember, anything that you stop appreciating depreciates. So that's going to create, the symptoms of lack of clients, lack of employees, higher risk of negative reviews, angry customers, and ultimately diminishing returns. So what do we do? What do we do? We can't put ourselves on a pedestal, and we can't throw ourselves in a pit and beat ourselves up. So what we need is fair exchange. So when you have a predetermined fair exchange for the services rendered, the services that you provide, then you're going to feel good about it. And so will they. The customers will feel good too. That's fair exchange. And when you value, of course, when you value and appreciate clients, they tend to keep coming. And when you don't, they stop. So as long as you continue to value those clients and always have their interest at top of mind, their best interest at heart, not just your own, then you're going to be good. But the great news about all of this is that you set the standard. You set the standard each and every day. The more that you raise the value, the more you're going to receive. So that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe to my channel, like, comment below if this resonated with you. I hope it did. I hope you start valuing yourself. Not putting yourself on a pedestal, but valuing your clients as well. Value everything in your life, because whatever you stop appreciating depreciates. Love you guys. Take care. Go make money.